To build anything that truly lasts, it takes time.
Seth Freeman, who's the Senior Managing Director of GlassRatner Advisor and Capital Group, who's joining us to weigh in on the markets. Hello, Mr. Freeman. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Freeman, right off the bat, tell us there are a lot of cues to watch out for as far as Wall Street is concerned. We have a lot of earnings coming out. We also have the important FOMC meet. Now, most of us are expecting the rates to be held steady, and Fed has conveyed this in no uncertain terms, despite the pressure coming in from the Trump government. But, you know, that hope of, it's really the commentary that we will be watching out for, the hopes of a rate cut perhaps in the month of September. Is that on the cards? Is that talk going to be on the table?
Well, I think that the situation may be, the viewpoint may change now that the deal has been struck with the EU, and this concern about what the real effect of tariffs would be here on the U.S. economy. The other aspect that the Fed is looking at is employment rates. So I think there's a possibility. The Fed's certainly getting a lot of pressure from the administration, but the chairman's been quite clear that they're characteristically looking at data, and so it may be a little too early. I think it kind of depends how things look here in the U.S. Right after Labor Day.
Right. Hi, Mr. Freeman. This is Kanishka also joining in. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now let's also talk about the IT sector, if you could. Now, in the US, all these major tech companies, including the likes of Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, they are going to report their earnings this week. So first up, what's your expectation there? And also, if you could help us with your stance on the Indian IT sector, given the kind of slowdown that we have seen, and we are also hearing about workforce cutting, the announcements coming in from TCS. So what kind of impact do you see from the IT spending going up?
Well, at the end of last week, Google was indicating that its business is very robust and really starting to get some payback from AI. And there's been a concern that AI would, and the fact that you can do searching, for example, and you get an AI result, that maybe you don't have to dig around for different links, and that's going to hurt advertising revenue. But I'm actually expecting the earnings announcements to be fairly positive across the sector. Certainly investors think it's going to be positive, because look at the gains we've had in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. So I think it's positive. It's actually, I think, very much related to enthusiasm for AI and the efficiencies coming from AI.
Right, Mr. Freeman, thank you so much. On that note, we will let you go, but thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's go across to my colleague Pulkit then, who's standing by to give us a brief